What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wager Zone podcast, and we have a special guest today, guys. Adrian Garcia here for a really good interview. I'm going to get into. He's had a great win at LFA 215. He showed that he can go all 3 rounds and still dominate. He showed that he can strike, he can grapple. He just all around just won the fight really well. So, welcome to the show, Adrian.
Say it again.
I said, "Oh,
Well,
welcome to the show, Adrian."
thank you. Appreciate you for having me.
Yeah, so just right get into this quick question. I have a few questions for you, probably about like 10 or 11 questions. Just I want to get people to learn the real Adrian outside the ring, inside the ring, the training camp. So new fans can come in and actually learn about you and see if they want to start watching you fight. Like I'm a big fan. Pretty
For
sure other people
sure.
are gonna be a big fan once they watch you fight. So going into this fight at LFA 215 against Michael Reyes, how was the training camp on that? And did everything in training camp go as perfectly as you did in the ring? Did you expect anything different?
Um, I I actually thought he was gonna be like a very aggressive wrestler going into the fight,
Hmm.
and I was very happy to find out that that was not the case.
Yeah.
Because after the last fight, fighting Fumi, he was just trying to wrestle, so I was looking for a striking fight. I was really hoping for one, and I got it. I tried to get him out there early, but the guy had a chin on him. As far as my camp, this has been the best camp like that I've felt in the last like 3 fights, and I did it by myself. Well, with one other person,
Okay.
training once a day, once a day for about 2 hours for a month and a half.
Okay, yeah. So you said one other person, you did it by yourself. So was that a big challenge? Was that a big challenge for you? Said that you did it by yourself training, or did you like it more just kind of by yourself with one other person?
I kind of enjoyed it. I went to I seeked out like another gym or two to get some bodies to spar, but at the end of the day, I felt amazing in the fight, and it was an old training partner of mine. His name is Carlos Espinoza, and him and I just worked together for a month, and it was really 1 month because I got injured the first week I heard about the fight.
Hmm.
So it was a month of training, and it was amazing. It was perfect compared to the other 3 camps that I've had.
Well, that's really good. So yeah. So are you planning on keeping that the same exact way, or do you want to find a bigger gym with more sparring partners, like you were saying, or do you plan on still keeping it the same exact training method for your next fight, whenever that is?
I'm still open to finding a gym, but I like training like the way the format is for me right now. I like being able to go anywhere, not be tied down to anywhere because I've already been to the big gyms in Miami, and I've been probably to the best ones. I just now I'm at a stage where I prefer training by myself. Honestly, I prefer just to have a small circle, and when I need to get some hard sparring in, I'll go to one of those gyms you probably heard about and get my hard sparring in.
Okay, yeah. So going back to that first fight in LFA with Pumi, you said you didn't want a wrestling heavy matchup. But when I saw in that matchup, it seems like you started coming on the third round. You started landing some strikes on him. It seemed like you did lose the decision, but it seems like in that third round you kept pushing forward. Is that one of your biggest tools? Do you like look into your cardio a lot to start putting on those later rounds? Because most fighters they tend to fold in those later rounds, but it seems like you started picking up the pace more as the fight went on.
As an amateur, I've always I feel um like an amateur to pro, I've always been able to push as the rounds got later. Like later on the rounds, I tend to go harder, especially if I'm down, and I know
Mhm.
I'm down. I'm about to try to kill you in the third round.
Yeah.
But yeah, fool me was just more me worried about like the little guy trying to take me down. So I
Mhm.
wasn't letting my hands as much go as. But I feel like this last fight with Michael Reyes, I fought a lot more free. Like
Yeah.
I didn't have a thought in my head. I didn't think about the thought of like I had no doubt going into the fight, pretty much.
Yeah, I agree. It seems like when I watched that fight against Michaal Reyes, you started putting everything together. Like I said, the striking was working out, the ground and pound was working, the cardio was there. It seems like it was just a very all-around performance from my perspective. So now I want to get into like a little bit more personal. People to actually learn the actual real Adrian outside the ring. So like every fighter has that like first spark. So when did you first started training in martial arts and do you realize that moment where you were like, this is what I want to do?
So it's a good question. Okay, so I started off my first semester in college. I was working full time at Pizza Hut,
Mm-hmm.
and then I joined the gym and I was training full time for my first amateur fight. I was like, I was 18,
Mm.
but I started training when I was 16, going on 17. I had my first fight at 18, and then as soon as that fight was over, the first semester with college was done. I quit school completely. My parents were hating me. I joined the gym full time, and that's it, bro. The rest is history. I'm 28 today. Actually, today's my birthday.
Oh,
So
happy birthday.
thank you, thank you. So I've been doing it for almost what 10 years almost.
Oh yeah, so that as soon as you realized, was it more of like as soon as you started training, you were like, this is what I want to do, like just punching
I
people and grappling and all that stuff. This is what I want to do.
I kind of was fighting already outside of like before I actually started training. I was just fighting for fun,
Okay.
like out in the street and shit. Like things I shouldn't be doing. But then I fought one of my best friends. I don't, and then it was in his backyard actually. And then after that we got cool and we were like, yo, you need to join a gym. So that's when I found the gym. And then I found out I can get paid for this shit. So amazing.
Oh
Why
yeah,
not?
man. Yeah, that's a great story of how you actually started fighting. That's actually amazing how you just got in there. So now I want to get
Yep.
into your nickname, the Elusive. Were you always like, where did that nickname come from? Is it because like your elusiveness, like through sports? Did you play sports growing up? Did you like, or is that just how your personality is outside and the walking around, just the elusiveness? Is that how you came up with
I,
that nickname?
I wish that was the case, but I suck at sports. I suck.
Oh,
Absolutely suck at. I'm terrible. I can throw a ball. Don't get me wrong, but you put me in a team sport like football, basketball. I could dribble. I could pass the ball. I could run.
hmm.
But I ain't the best. What was I gonna say? What was the question again?
Oh yeah. So like, where did that nickname come from, the Elusive?
Okay, so old coach of mine gave me that nickname after I think my second amateur fight, based off of the way I move. Maybe less now, but back then I used to study TJ Dillashaw and Dominic Cruz. So
Mm.
I try to copy a similar style of footwork, and then I looked up to Anderson Silva a lot. So
Hmm.
I try to copy some mannerisms. So I kind of like mixed TJ, Dominic Cruz, and Anderson Silva into like the first ever style I could think of. And then my coach, based off of the movement in my fight, he's like, "Yo, you're elusive as fuck." So
Hmm.
that's
Oh
your
yeah.
name.
Yeah, so it's okay. So it just came from training. Your coach gave you that nickname. That's really
Yeah.
cool. So like another question I have is like a lot of fans, they only see the fight night. They don't really know the real outside, the grind, everything that goes into it. So what's something like that keeps you balanced outside the cage? Like besides just like the fighting, like what helps you stay balanced going into a fight night?
Um, Balance, bro. Just making money, hanging out with my boys. My dog. I have a new dog. I have a nephew now this year. So I'm an uncle now this year.
Hmm.
I got a couple things keeping me busy, and life is just getting started for me. I feel that way. So, you know, tomorrow I can hit the lotto and retire. So who knows,
Yeah.
bro? Who knows?
So the next question I would have is like, who's like the toughest person you fought outside the ring? Maybe it's not even a person. Maybe it's like a
Toughest.
I was maybe it's in life like the toughest challenge. Like who is your toughest challenge? If it's a person or maybe like an like a I want to say like a something that happened in your life. Like what is like the toughest challenge and or person that you've actually dealt with in your life?
So I'll
Like
give
actually,
you.
I would say
I'll
that
give you.
actually like okay, go ahead, go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
I would say that actually like led you into like that helps you with like your fighting like that actually like I would say molded you into like the fighter like so what would be the toughest?
So I would say there's like a couple things I can remember. So with my training partner now, Carlos
Hmm.
Espinoza, he was like one of the when I was a kid I started, and he was like a year younger than me, and we were the two best kids in the school. So we were always competing. It was like the number one seed versus the number one seed. Give me a
Hmm.
second, phone call. Anyways, sorry.
No problem.
Okay, there. So we would push each other growing up, and as we got older, we just got better together. We would take trips out of state to go train. And then my toughest fight to date, I would say is I wouldn't even say it's like a tough fight. I made it tough because I chose not to wrestle. I should have wrestled. But Fumi was tough in the sense of pressure. He wasn't really like a super tough fight in my opinion. It's a tough fight for anyone that doesn't know how to wrestle.
Hmm.
So I at least got up on his ass, but I guess the
Yeah.
other guys couldn't. Um, Outside of the gym, fighting, I have no, I haven't really had too much altercations outside the gym.
Hmm.
Maybe in the past as a kid,
Yeah.
but I'm a pretty calm guy, bro. I try to stay out the way.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people should be. Like, try to stay out the way, don't get in too much trouble. So like I would say fighting teaches people a lot of like discipline, patience, and like resilience. So how would you say MMA and like actually getting into gyms changed you as a man?
For sure. So I'm a lot more calmer than I
Mhm.
used to be. I'm not trying to fight everybody, but it's giving me a sense of confidence. Obviously being able to go somewhere and know that you can defend yourself from anything.
Mhm.
Um, it's also shown me being in a gym because I was in a gym atmosphere, living in a gym for like a couple years, and it's shown me how many weird people there is in the world.
Yeah.
And how many weird people gravitate towards MMA gyms. I don't know why. Maybe it's an escape and I'm a weird guy too, I guess. I like fighting, so
Yeah.
but if you know what I mean, there's a lot of different walks of life that step into
Yeah.
gym doors. So I got to experience different cultures. Number one, that's a big thing. Um and business. It taught me a lot about business and life, honestly. Like
Hmm.
the last 4 years of fighting as a fighter, because it's not everyone thinks you make money as a fighter, but you're broke as shit for the most part until you make
Hmm.
it.
Yeah,
Unless you have a
yeah,
steady
top
job.
echelon.
So people don't think about that either. But it just got me prepared for life. And it depends what age you got started. Like me, I feel like I started at the perfect age. I even took 2 years off, and I'm still good. But I feel like it depends where you're at in life. It'll affect you differently, and it's not for the weak. This game is not for the weak.
Oh yeah, so I agree. The game, the fighting game, that you need to, like you said, you need to be a kind of a different person than want to go into the ring and to get punched and punch
Yeah.
somebody. And also like you said, it's not for the weak. It's for the people that have the mentally strong. And I agree. I mentally strong, physically strong. I agree with that. And so
Yep.
like I would say outside of fighting, this is more for the fans that want to learn. Like I said, the Adrian Garcia. Like what's something outside of fighting that is like it's like would be a surprise for fans to learn about you? Is it like a hobby, maybe a hidden talent, or even like something that's totally opposite of MMA?
Uh, shit. I work a security job, man. I watch a big mansion.
Hmm.
I like to paint.
Okay.
I like to paint. I smoke occasionally,
Hmm.
and by occasionally I mean every night. And I like to paint after I smoke.
Yeah, okay. So painting the smoking is like kind of your escape from MMA. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay, man, just one more question for you. So like I would say 10 years from now, when fans look back at the name Adrian Garcia, what do you hope they say about you as a fighter or even as a person?
As a person, I would say I hope people remember me as someone who's just trying to help out other people.
Hmm.
As a fighter, I'm that guy who doesn't say no to anybody because I really don't. If anything, I would have to hold myself back or held get someone to hold me back from taking a stupid fight. But I feel like that's the way to do things in this game, unless you're trying to play it safe and wait. I I'm in a different position from where I was a year ago for
Hmm.
fighting. My mind's different for it now. Uh, I have a good record now, so the sky's the limit. I'm only 28, so I
Yeah.
got a little left in me for fighting. After fighting, people can think what they want of me, man. I just want a small mansion on a couple 20 acres, bro. That's all I
Yeah.
want.
Yeah, just to get that living situation perfect and yeah, you're like, I'm
Yeah,
good.
because after fighting, that's it, bro. I'm gone. The Elusive show is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, man. That's all the question. Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say you could probably find me in Thailand after this.
Just off the radar completely, right?
Yeah, probably.
All right, man. I appreciate you for doing this, especially on your birthday. Again, I want to say happy
Yeah.
birthday to you, 28 years old. I appreciate this interview. And like I say, guys, the Wager Zone podcast. Go check out Adrian Garcia. Go check out his previous fights. This is a prospect I have to watch. I like this guy a lot. Like I said, he has the cardio to go all 3 rounds. He can strike. He can wrestle. He's an all around MMA fighter. You guys can see a really nice guy. So if you guys want to like tune into his fights, go check him out. Like I said, MMA prospect to watch. And thank you, Adrian. I really appreciate you doing this.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me.